In just 13 months, the Gering landfill is expected to reach capacity, and now, no concrete plans for the next site for residents to put their garbage. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, for more than a decade, city leaders in Scottsbluff and Gering have known that the Gering landfill was nearing capacity, and now plans to build a new facility in southern Sioux County has all but fallen off the rails. During Monday's Scottsbluff City Council meeting, City Manager Kevin Spencer explained that Sioux County leaders have extended a moratorium on all landfill projects until April of 2026. He says that the landowner up there who is willing to sell his property for the project has set a hard deadline of January 2026, meaning the land would have to be bought before getting the green light to actually start construction for a new landfill.
So we're going to be faced with some difficult decisions here in the next few weeks, and I want you guys to know that. So we're talking about maybe looking at some other sites. So we'll meet again tomorrow. We'll meet with HDR, and we'll have those discussions. There's talk about going and meeting with the county attorney up there, just to ask if there's any chance we can get a conditional use permit.
The current expiration date for the Gering landfill is November of 2026, and Spencer hinted that Scottsbluff and Gering may have to enter into contract with services like TDS to haul our garbage out of county until a new landfill can be built. Well, Alliance City officials are prepared in case a proposed petition drive for a referendum on the city's recently enacted budget gets enough valid signatures. One city resident had filed such a prospective petition, however the language was incorrect and it has not yet been refiled. During the first council meeting of the month, City Attorney John Selzer said state law exempts certain budgetary actions from referendum, but recommended that he be authorized to challenge it in court if need be.
The city can't just tell people no, they can't do a referendum, so the city allows a referendum to go forward as far as getting the signatures, but the declaratory judgments must be sought from the court for the court to say no, that's not subject to a referendum. And so, and I can only assume so not to tie up the courts, that can't be filed until the petition is actually handed in for signatures.
Karen Trussell spoke against the plan, saying a 10% increase in property taxes is not a minor administrative adjustment, but a major impact-filled policy decision that should welcome public scrutiny. The resolution to allow the city attorney to seek declaratory judgment on the issue, if needed, was approved 4-0. And it appears the City of Alliance will take a page out of Scottsbluff book when it comes to their city manager replacement duties. On the agenda for tonight's City Council meeting is a resolution that would appoint Culture and Leisure Services Director Shanna Brown and Fire Chief Troy Shoemaker as interim co-managers until Seth Sorensen's successor is named. The council will also consider a resolution to hire government professional services to provide search recruitment services at a cost of $22,500. Also taking place at the meeting is the second reading of an ordinance amending city regulations on the operation of bicycles, e-bikes, and scooters, mini bikes, and golf carts. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Welcome back. A Chadron man is facing multiple charges after allegedly assaulting a police officer during a DUI investigation early Sunday morning. According to the Chadron Police Department, Officer Seth Osborne spotted a red Chevy Trailblazer stuck on a curb along Oak Street around the 200 block just around sunrise. When the officer approached, the driver, identified as 34-year-old Bennett Yellowhawk, reportedly became aggressive, ignoring commands and punching Officer Osborne in the face. Backup arrived, and after a struggle, officers deployed a taser to subdue Yellowhawk, who continued resisting even after being handcuffed. Investigators say Yellowhawk appeared intoxicated and later refused a chemical test. He was arrested for assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, DUI, and refusal of a test. Was booked into the Dawes County Jail on a $50,000 bond. Staying in Dawes County, as an amended charge has been filed against the 42-year-old Panhandle man accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from his employer. Last November, Fabronio J.R. Placencio was arrested on a charge of theft by unlawful taking more than $5,000 following an investigation by the Chadron Police Department. Court records say the restaurant's owner went to the police, saying that roughly 20 deposits, culminating in more than $36,000 cash that Placencio was responsible for, was unaccounted for. Last week in Dawes County District Court, the charge was amended to attempt of a Class 2A felony. An online court records show that Placencio is slated to be back in court on December 9th to enter a plea to the charge.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least one float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
Nebraska egg producers expressed concerns about the president's plan to potentially import beef from Argentina. I'm Steve White on the Rural Radio Network, catching up with Mark McHarg, president of Nebraska Farm Bureau, who says he's been working the phone, including some pretty high-level talks. Mark, for the president to make some comments about beef, and we're going to potentially bring in some beef from Argentina. I'm guessing that's probably not the message you were hoping for there.
You know, certainly our beef producers found that very offensive. At the same time, when, you know, they are finally making some money, well-deserved money, quite frankly, in the cow-calf sector, and then to have administration say we need to lower that price, I mean, that's a pretty tough pill to swallow, whether it's Argentina or wherever it might be from. Just the fact that because we have profitability in each sector, that we need to tamp that down, and that's not fair to the consumer. Just doesn't sit well.
And I understand that there are people who are concerned about the price of beef, but at the same time, both anecdotally when I go to the grocery store and what I'm seeing in the data, people are still buying beef, so demand is still there. I understand that there are concerns from the administration, but do you think there are other ways they could maybe go about this?
Well, certainly. And I think my understanding from fairly high-level conversation this morning with someone in the administration, it sounds like probably tomorrow there will be a meeting and a press release around Argentina, this beef conversation, potentially around how they're going to stimulate expansion in the cow herd. A number of things, it sounds like, may come out tomorrow.
Because I'm guessing that Farm Bureau, generally you would view that the market, that's what should dictate things. And if people are willing to pay that price, and if that comes back and benefits the producers, that's generally, I think, probably the way you would like it.
Well, it is. I mean, we know it's cyclic, and we know that when we have too much cattle on hand, that does lower prices. Just like in the corn and soybeans, I mean, part of the reason in the corn and soybeans we have some lower prices is because we have a significant amount, but that's, partly because of a trade strategy. I would say on the beef side, the reason that we are high prices isn't because of a trade strategy. It's fundamentally because we just have less cattle in the country, cows in the country, and that's trickling down. But as you said, demand is still good, so that is a signal that consumers are still willing to pay that price for beef products.
Meanwhile, though, you mentioned on the row crop side of things, do you get the sense, though, that some of the economics we're dealing with there are as a result of some government intervention? Do you think that's the case?
Certainly some of it. I mean, I'm not going to be one that says it's all related to it, but you have two things going on there, and you have it in the cattle side too. But inputs are up, crop prices aren't at a level that's relative to the amount that inputs go up. So you have two conversations. Some of our inputs are related to tariffs. Some of our crop price is related to tariffs. You put those two together, they're working in opposite directions, which really lowers our break even. Inputs are high for cattle too, though. You try to buy a baler, you try to buy some of that type of equipment, it's really expensive. So just because they're receiving additional money for their calves right now, it doesn't mean it's all gravy.
With all of this in mind, if we were to see some action from Congress, along with an aid package, but you would still, I'm sure, love to see something like the E15.
My recommendation to one of the top administration officials I talked to this morning, I told this person that you really, really need to get the president himself, talk about the need to get E15 year-round done. And our Secretary of Ag has been very good about talking about it, but we actually need that message to come from the president. And those are the type of things that will help agriculture if he starts having the right comments, not the kind of comments that he's been making about the beef industry that is negative.
And certainly folks at Farm Bureau have been supportive of President Trump over the years, but is it maybe a case though, where if he were to kind of tone down a little of this, maybe you'd be okay with that?
And it is funny what does move the markets, because sometimes comments don't, sometimes they do. Certainly, the cattle market is very, very toppy. I mean, we've had a heck of a run up. So, it's looking for a little bit of a reason to probably sell off. But we just know that comments, people are listening. It feels like they are hearing why agriculture is a very, very significant lobby in D.C. and because it's a very, very significant part of the economy of our country and of Nebraska. And so when you make comments that potentially move the market, if you're the guy that's selling your calves one time a year and you had them scheduled for Friday or Monday or Tuesday here, and you see a decrease in the market, that's money you may never get back. And so that's the reason we just have to be very careful. And that's the reason folks like Farm Bureau have been on the phone all day yesterday, talking to all of our representatives, talking to the administration, talking to the officials to make sure that this kind of stuff doesn't happen.
That's Mark McHarg, president of the Nebraska Farm Bureau, joining us on the Rural Radio Network.
October is Renewal by Anderson's United Against Cancer campaign, and when Renewal offered to pay for employees' radon testing and mitigation, several Renewal team members found radon in their homes. Deb was one of them, and she always wondered how she got breast cancer. Radon causes cancer. It's linked to Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. Radon is a killer.
People don't know about radon. They don't know what a killer it is, and they don't know how cheap it is to have it tested.
From all of us at Renewal by Anderson, please get a radon test now. It could save your life.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gering. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which was officially recognized during last week's Gering City Council meeting. Mayor Kent Ewing read from a proclamation saying domestic violence impacts individuals and families in every community, affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life, and its effects ripple through children, neighborhoods, and generations. Ewing said, "We honor survivors, remember those lost to violence, and commit to creating a community where all people can enjoy healthy relationships."
Therefore, I, Kent Ewing, Mayor, do proclaim October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Gering, and encourage all citizens to raise their voices, share resources, and stand with survivors. Together we can break the silence, stand with survivors, and build a safer, healthy community.
Ewing signed the proclamation and presented it to Hillary Wasserberger, the executive director of the Doves program. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.